About my seat, Brian?
You already did, big guy. You already did. There's 4 of them that we can give up if we want. I'd like to call the May 15th, 2017 Village Board. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, led by me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please.
This evening, we'll be starting with Trustee Blatzer. Here. Childikas.
Present.
Miklos.
Here.
Sagowski.
Here.
Stapleton.
Here.
Virgilio. Here.
Next on the agenda is the mayor's report, and we're going to have 2 mayor's reports tonight, so we got to take care of a little bit of business to start with, so if you could bear with us for a moment. First, I will be publicly opening the bid for Alba Road, so we can put this into the record. This is for a bid opening in regards to the Vistancia annexation. And it's a joke.
We wouldn't do that to you.
Sure you would. And we have received 1 bid in the amount of $10 and other good or valuable consideration, which includes the terms and conditions of the annexation agreement. Again, this is more of just a housekeeping record that goes into the minutes for the one for the road of Alba.
Thought that was Shaughnessy.
Yeah. Nothing good could come of that, was there, George? Just absolutely nothing. All right, next, I am going to hold a public hearing for the intergovernmental cooperative planning and boundary agreement between the Village of Lamont and the Village of Homer Glen. I need a motion to open the public hearing.
moved.
Made by Trustee Childikas, second by Trustee Stapleton. This time, the public hearing is open. Mr. Schaefer.
Yeah, I'll give a brief overview. Statutorily, the board is required to hold a public hearing prior to the approval of any boundary agreement with another municipality. Over a year ago, Mayor Reeves and I met with the managers and mayors of Homer Glen, Lockport, and Romeoville regarding areas of cooperation and intergovernmental boundary agreements. Early in December of last year, the village extended its boundary agreement with Lockport, and further conversations have led to agreements with Homer Glen and with Romeoville. To start off with Homer Glen, the proposed boundary line is depicted in the included map as part of the agreement. It's generally located along 135th, the Will County line, the Tollway, and Archer Avenue. We're generally 135th, with the exception being the triangle area between the Tollway and Archer Avenue. And as part of the village's desire to extend its boundaries in Will County, Homer Glen was amenable to including that on our side of the line in exchange for a sales tax sharing agreement if that area should yield retail in the future. We think that's appropriate trade-off. Both communities will receive benefit, but also the impact of a development in the future. So that is the quick overview of the boundary agreement with Homer Glen. And if there's no other questions and comments and additions to the agreement, we can approve that tonight under our consent agenda. But just wanted to kind of bring everyone up to speed on that agreement, and we also discussed this at previous committee of the wholes with the board.
Homer Glen and Romeoville will both be approving the same agreements this week at their village board meetings. So I wanted to add that to it. So at this time, this is a public hearing for this item. Is there anybody that has any comments they want to make in regards? With none,
I'll make a motion to close the public hearing.
made by Trustee Snagowski, second by trustee Blatzer. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Public hearing is now closed. All right, next, I am going to open a public hearing for the intergovernmental cooperation and planning and boundary agreement between the Village of Romeoville and the Village of Lamont.
So moved.
Second.
Made by trustee, thank you, obviously we're moving along quickly tonight, Childakis and Blatzer. All those in favor?
Aye.
At this time, the public hearing is open for that. Want to give
Yeah.
background on that one
Thank
as
you,
well?
Mr. Mayor. Similar background to the discussions with Homer Glen. The mayor and I have been meeting with the mayor and manager of Romeoville regarding a boundary agreement, a first-time boundary agreement between our two municipalities. The agreement in the, or the map included with the agreement depicts a little bit of a different, style of agreement. It's more of a no-growth boundary line. There's sections of Cook County that'll be outlined on Village's side of the boundary line, along with a portion of Will County. And then the difference between this agreement and Homer is that there's a significant open area between the two municipalities. Majority of it is the industrial area. Majority of it is Citgo, but there's some other properties within there that there will be no growth restrictions at this time. So in the future, when there is an annexation of those territories, that'll come back up in front of the boards. But the other brief item as part of the agreement is that in the spirit of intergovernmental cooperation, we are talking to Romeoville if in the future that area that's outside Lamont needs potable water source and we are able to provide it. That's included in the agreement. However, there are plenty of protections in there that are going to require Romeoville or a developer to pay for that water and any other improvements to our system that is needed. So really a no-lose situation where we can back out of that portion of the agreement if they're not able to meet our demands. So with that, I will kind of turn it over to the mayor, but any other questions, please let me know.
So at this time, is there any public comment in regards to the Romeoville boundary agreement? With none, I need a motion to close the public hearing.
moved.
Made by trustee Snagowski, second by trustee Stapleton. All those in favor?
Aye.
Public hearing is now closed. Next on the agenda is the consent agenda, which is approval of minutes for April 10th, 2017 Village Board meeting, approval of disbursements, an ordinance amending the budget for fiscal year 16-17 for the Village of Lamont, an ordinance authorizing an intergovernmental cooperation planning boundary agreement between the Village of Lamont and Homer Glen, an ordinance authorizing an intergovernmental cooperative planning and boundary agreement between the Village of Romeoville and the Village of Lamont, an ordinance authorizing the sale of Alba Street, an ordinance amending Title 17 of the Lamont, Illinois Municipal Code, the Lamont Unified Development Ordinance of 2008, an ordinance amending an ordinance amending Ordinance O-2016, an ordinance granting approval for a special use for a container storage yard and variation to the UDO to allow the detention facilities to be constructed of non-compacted aggregate at 13769 Main Street in Lamont. For special use and variation, an ordinance amending Ordinance 725, establishing a pay plan and schedule of authorized positions. A resolution approving a professional service agreement with Crawford, Murphy, and Tilly Incorporated. A resolution authorizing participation in and approving the final grant report for the ComEd Green Program Heritage Corridors Recreation Area Boat Dock Project. A resolution approving an agreement for the Village Gateway informational and wayfinding signage master planning services and implementation. I need a motion to approve.
So moved.
I'm sorry?
Yeah, before you ask for that motion, there should be an audience participation portion before any of those items, if you wanted to. If anyone has anything to say on those
okay.
items, if not, then we can move
You're
forward.
slipping, Brian.
I am, it's fine, it's obviously time. Is there any audience participation in regards to the list that I ran off? I will make public comment known that Mayor Goffsky is also, Mayor-elect Goffsky is been briefed on all these and understands that we are approving all these tonight as well, so. With none at this time, roll call.
Thank you.
Blatzer?
Yes.
Childekis?
Yes.
Miklos?
Yes.
Snagowski?
Yes.
Stapleton?
Yes.
Virgilio?
Yes.
Motion approves. All right. Next, some of the fun stuff I want to go through as far as on the mayor's report. First one, Municipal Clerks Week took place on May 17th through the 13th, in which we recognize the accomplishments of our Office of Municipal Clerk, our very own Charlene Smullen, who has just completed her 32nd year of service in the Village of Lamont. Congratulations, Charlene. National Police Week, which will be held May 15th through May 21st, and we recognize our Lamont Police Department and their dedicated service to our community. I got a couple. I shouldn't have paused. There's two for the police officers. Sorry. So there's National Peace Officers Memorial Day is today, in which we honor those law enforcement officers who have lost their lives or became disabled in the performance of their duty. So definitely a special recognition to those officers. Oh, this one pains me. Public Works Week will be held May 21st through May 27th, in which we recognize our public works employees for their continued dedication and hard work they do throughout the year, even though we got no snow. Oh, I'm sorry, I added that. I said it out loud. Public Works Week, congratulations everybody at Public Works. So thank you. May is also Motorcycle Awareness Month, in which we urge residents to especially be aware of motorcycles on the roadways. This year we raised, as far as on the Mayor's Drive for Charity, I want to thank obviously Ruffled Feathers again for donating the course. Again, outstanding the work that they do for us and help us and benefit us by giving us the course for the whole day. And we will be giving out over $46,000 in checks this year. It's our biggest year ever for the Mayor's Drive. That'll be going out tonight, which bumps the total just under, on my side, to almost $300,000 so that we've been able to give away. So it's been outstanding, the support that we've had for that. And this event could not be possible without all the support from our sponsors, our donors, golfers, and our volunteers. I want to especially thank volunteers, both past and present, starting with Rose Yates. It was always Rose's desire to keep it going, although the painful hours it takes, and I know Linda Molitor knows that all too well now, the painful hours that goes into putting that together, and both of them have done a magnificent job, and this would not come off without the hard work of both. What Rose did and you learned from, and all that you've done and brought it to where it is today. So thank you very much. Also this year, especially Eileen Donahue, Meg Mahachek, Terry O'Neill Borders, my wife Sherry and daughter Caitlin that helped this year, the Citizens Police Academy, Debbie Beelander, Barb Bushman, Chris Camillier, Eileen Donahue again, Sue Donahue, Carol Garabee, Jerry Lehmacher, Mark LaChapelle, who rode around in the cart with him, who did absolutely nothing. Dave Molitor, Terry O'Neill again, Doris Peterman, the Public Works Department, Chris Smith, Heather Vallone. So again, everybody, thank you so much for making this very possible this year. Tonight was also in our intention that we were going to honor Rose by by dedicating a plaque outside on Village Hall that was going to be engraved for everybody to see for eternity. And between picture quality and trying to get that to the engraver so it comes out just right was not able to take place. But I'm sure that the board coming up will be able to do a fantastic job when that's taken, when we get that in place, and we'll make sure that that dedication will go outside on Village Hall. Next, a couple other quick housekeeping items before we go to some of the other funner festivities here. I will let everybody know that I got this email, and I wanted to make sure that George checked this out for me, that Lamont is ranked 138th of U.S. cities, all U.S. cities our size, for having the best credit rating across the United States. They ranked the top 500. We were 138th. We rank up there as far as in Illinois with like Lake Forest, Wilmette, Buffalo Grove, people that have a lot higher tax base than Lamont will ever have. And based upon the hard work that this board has done and previous boards have done, to be able to hold a rank like that says a tremendous amount about the fiscal responsibility and the reserves that this board has taken on. I said it during our State of the Village address. When we came in, due to the Great Recession and all, we had less than $600,000 at one point. Today, we are well over $3 million, plus another plus another $1 million in working cash for another rainy day fund. So this village has a phenomenal reserves and financial backing to be able to go in the future. So I want to commend everybody that has worked hard to make this village what it is when it through the fiscal responsibility side and the business aspect of it. Here's an interesting one that I had that Mr. Schaefer brought to me today that I just had to read. It was in the Southtown. And this happens to be the Oak Lawn water system that our friends to the east happen to pull their water from, that they want to, and this whole thing we're, battling back and forth about, that we are obviously not done doing. The regional water project will be increased by $45 million just due to project overruns and new engineering challenges. Oak Lawn buys water from Chicago and then sells it to 12 area other suburbs: Chicago Ridge, Country Club Hills, Madison, Mokina, New Lenox, Oak Forest, Olympia Fields, Orland Hills, Olin Park, Palos Hills, Palos Park, and Tinley Park. Based upon those, they're going to have to go back to all the other municipalities and get more funding from each of them. And before anything even starts, that project will probably be delayed before, depending on if that gets approved, till 2021. So just interesting tidbits that are out there. One of the last things that I want to bring up is the state budget. It was one of the pet peeves of myself that another state senator brought out a bill that got squashed already as far as, but our LDGF, which is our local distributive fund, wanting somebody to take another 25% to try to help balance the state's budget. On top of all the things, the state has serious issues. And not only, have we had to face it, the next boards are going to have to face it, and the boards from now on are going to have to face it. Due to this administration right now not doing anything, and that's just not, I'm blaming both sides. And this is not my number. You can look it up on the Illinois Municipal League website. You can look it up on the government financing side of it right now. Every day that there's a budget not passed and to be able to move forward, it costs everyone in this room $11.1 million a day. The deficit grows. $11.1 million every day that we don't have a budget. So, it's the number's going to become insurmountable before long. We're cresting 120 billion as far as statewide right now. It's, we're getting a list of the back two bills right now in the 20 to 30 billions. It's, it's not getting any better. And it's going to be continued pressure on our state legislators and our leaders to fix this. And it's going to take everybody in this room and everybody that to start, creating some havoc and saying it's time to, we got to stop this to be able to keep Illinois the great state it is and moving forward. It's important, and I think it's something that everybody needs to know, understand, and to stay aware of, and call. That's what you elected everybody else for. Call them, say, what are we doing to do about this? That's how things get done. The more people that aggravate them in Springfield, and especially the governor and the other leaders, it's the more people that start to bother them, something's going to get done. So, but enough of that. McClafferty, you following all this? Where's he at? You got that yet? All right. I'll make sure you got that. I see you back there. I know you're still awake. Good man. So with that, I am going to distribute.
You got one more
Budget
item, Mr. Mayor.
Yeah.
Chief, you got any tip of the month or?
No, that's not coming up. We
No?
still got. Oh, we still
Oh,
got
is that later?
We got that
All right, well
later,
then, we have a tip though.
Yeah, we did want to just step in. We didn't get it on your agenda, but Chief Maton was
Oh, it's-
was awarded
oh, that's right.
Illinois, or the Chief Police of the Year award by the Illinois Crime Commission, and he'll be honored in June. And we'll have several of our trustees and hopefully staff members who can attend that presentation and that award ceremony. But congratulations, Chief Maton, for Chief.
And he beat his best time with the quarryman. I mean, the guy's on a roll right now. I gotta tell you. Now's the time to speed through town. He'll let you off right now. I mean,
I don't know.
So again, we were able to give more money away than we ever have, and it's been a. Huh? Yeah, great. There's a CFO who wants to take the checks already. Let me know. I'm leaving you a bunch in the checking account, so I mean, you're all good. Let me I'll just shake a hand. Okay, just eat. Just another minute. Okay, catch that. We always try to make sure that we give as much as possible to everybody. The key people that I've always wanted to give it to are the people who need it the most. And it's the food pantries in town, and our seniors, and the Meals on Wheels, and folks like that. That's, they're the folks that need it the most, and that's where a lot of the lion's share of this money goes to. So I'll start out with Bethany Lutheran Church. Probably wants the Bethany Open Pantry Fund. Look at that. Boy Scout Troop 149. So much. Boy Scout Troop 49. Community Nutrition Network, our Meals on Wheels. Cub Scout Pack 249. Happy Hands United Methodist Preschool. Talk about going long back. I can remember sitting outside in my chair trying to get a good seat just so my kids got morning daycare at Happy Hands. Open Friendship Foundation. Oh, not here. Stay here too. So we're good. Open Friendship Foundation. The Will Power Challenge. That's all you got right now. The Lacrosse Club of Lamont.
Next to the right.
Lamont Area Historical Society. Lamont Band Boosters. Lamont Center for the Arts. The Lamont Christian Ministry Association. Lamont Citizens Police Academy Alumni Association. Lamont Explorer Program Post 449. I thought you were just here to say goodbye to me. Look at that. Or did you get to tase me tonight? That was over. Lamont Firemen's Association Keep It Off Parade. spill ink on your leg, or did you get a tattoo? Jesus, you get a little old for that? Jesus. What the hell? Wow. You think you're a millennial or something? Lamont Firemen's Association, the antique fire truck, to make sure. I knew you were coming back, that's why I let you sit down. That's right. The Lamont High School Band Parents Association.
Oh, yeah.
Uh,
Under audience participation, I guess.
I'm sorry. The Lamont High School Scholarship. Linda, are we giving this, did this get in here, or was John giving that?
that should have been,
Yeah, I thought so. So, just real quick, as far as on the, way to go, man. Something I know that Mayor Goffsky will follow. We used to do this with the Joliet Junior College that Mayor Kwasniewski first started with Mayor Forsley and giving a scholarship away that was done. And Joliet Junior College wanted to continue it, but they wanted to try to do it on their own. And through the benefit of the Mayor's Drive for Charity, Lynn and I worked together, and we were able to come up, and we're giving 1,000. We will and will continue, hopefully based on Mayor Goffsky, $1,000 scholarship that'll be given out next Monday night to the proud recipient for graduating senior. So, this next one I want to also talk about, because this is another one where it goes a lot of money. This is the Lamont High School District 210 project graduation. And this one is done, yeah, please come on up and one first. Thank you very much for continuing to put it on. At graduation time, the high school takes all the graduating seniors after they get their diploma, and they all go back. I know everybody here has some seniors, but they go back into the high school. They lock the high school, and there's thousands of dollars that are donated. So the kids have prizes, food, they do games all night long. They're continuing to stay safe inside, and they're not out, where something could be, they're out of harm's way. And it's a fantastic program, and thank you guys for continuing to put it on. The Lamont High School Education Foundation. The Lamont Honor 22 VFW Post 5819. The Ladies Auxiliary for the VFW. Lamont Junior Women's Club. Keep your powder dry, just relax. Lamont Juniorettes. Lamont Knights of Columbus. Thought maybe you guys would wear your like Captain Crunch hats tonight, just realized. Lamont Lions Club. Lamont Police Benevolent Association. Good. Lamont Police Department Drug Education Program, formerly the DARE program. Yeah, Sean, yeah. He'll cash it. How about Cops and Kids? This is another one that's near and dear to my heart. The Lamont Township Family Assistance Fund, for families that need it when they're on hard times. Lamont Township Human Services Community Center. It's always a funny one because I called it humane the first time, and Piazza goes, "It's not for the dogs, you idiot. It's for the." You're welcome. Thank you. Lamont Township Medical Reserves Corps. That's you. You really need to get a day job, I gotta tell you.
Thank you very much. I'm very appreciative of your support in every area. Thank you very much.
Lamont Township Seniors Association.
Oh, I should have went up.
I can do this all night long if you want. Lamont Township Summer Lunch Voucher Fund. Hey, why don't you just come by?
Works for me, John.
Lamont United Methodist Church Open Pantry. Little Mountain Community Theater. School District 113A Education Foundation. Seniors and Law Enforcement, SALT.
Make sure you get a kiss.
St. Sarah's and Methodius, the Spread Program. St. Alphonsus Spread Program. St. Alphonsus St. Patrick's School. Can I take that, Father Kurt? Lucky Father, thank you. And the Tragedy to Triumph Foundation. All right. I'm going to give this to Mrs. Mauler, get those two. Everybody could please stay. We got lots of other stuff I want to make sure everybody is around for. Yeah. I know. That's the thing. Yeah, if this North Carolina thing doesn't work out, man, I tell you, it's Richard Dawson. Richard Dawson was always he was always there. Again, thank you to all we handed checks out to. It's you that make Lamont a phenomenal place to live. If there's one thing that I truly have learned is when people have hard times in this town rallies together and makes sure that everybody comes together. And it's with the support of all of you in this room and the people that you touch that makes this place a great place. So, one, thank you very much. It makes it very easy to to be your mayor when you guys give the support that you do. With that, I would like to move on to some very important proclamations and acknowledgments of outgoing village board members. Board meters. Obviously, it's time for a little water. First, I need a motion to accept the proclamation or to give the proclamation for Trustee Paul Childakis. I need a motion to approve.
So moved.
Made by the entire board.
Aye.
Everybody second. Whereas, in April 2017-2009, Paul Childakis was chosen by the people of Lamont to serve as their elected representative on the village board and as a trustee, and previously held an appointment position on the Planning and Zoning Commission from 2005 to 2009. And whereas for the past 8 years, Paul Childakis has devoted a substantial amount of his personal time to becoming educated on the issues which affect all the people of Lamont, preparing for and faithfully attending village board meetings and fulfilling his duties of village trustee with honor and dedication. And whereas Paul Childakis has served with ability and commitment as the Economic Development Liaison, providing strategic leadership on economic development projects and issuing and including the village's intergovernmental branding initiatives, which yielded enhanced visual identity elements for the village to utilize for the future. Through these and other initiatives, projects, and passion for Lamont, Paul was instrumental in improving the economic, political, and social well-being of Lamont. He will respectively be known for his constant presence to the people, always lending an ear for anyone, anytime, for there was never a conflict, as he was always sought a solution. Whereas Paul Childakis has selflessly volunteered his time and talent to public service, and has displayed great commitment and devotion to advance the best interest of the village of Lamont and his residents. Now, therefore, I, Brian K. Reeves, Mayor of Lamont, with concurrence of the village board and entire community, hereby express our grateful thanks to Paul Childakis for his 12 years of committed service to the people of Lamont, and hereby commend Paul Childakis for demonstrating outstanding citizenship and service to the community of Lamont. Congratulations, my friend.
I get another one?
Yep, oh, yeah, absolutely. We got boxes of them.
Let me sit or stand? You can stand.
So you get this. I put fingerprints now on that wonderful little something from me. And the ever popular Lamont book that we still have boxes and boxes of. All right. Would you like to say something, Mr. Childakis?
I would.
Big
It's not all for you.
absolutely
or
correct.
about you.
I've had mine.
Well, I wrote something down. I'll be really brief. But it has been an honor to spend the past 12 years serving the people of Lamont. My service would never have been possible without the constant support of the love of my life, Marie. Where are you at? Thank you. And our children, Alec and Andrew and Grace. I know my boys are out in the hallway over here. They drove 5 hours to get here on time. Thanks, guys. And my daughter, who knows where she's at. Our family, like many, have been through some tough challenges, and they have handled themselves with grace. So thank you. As Mayor Brian Reeves and board members Cliff Miklos, Jeanette Virgilio, and I pass the baton on today, we do so with great pride. The decisions we spent time researching, discussing, and vetting leave this village in the best condition it has ever been. I've created some lifelong friendships with my fellow board members, Clerk Charlene Smolin, Trustee Virgilio, Trustee Stapleton, Trustee Snigowski, Trustee Miklos, and finally Trustee Blatzer. It was an honor serving with you. I would also like to acknowledge all the department heads, all the staff, and all the volunteers in committees. Thank you. You are all the greatest asset this village has. You are all what make this village shine, believe it or not. It's not us. It's everyone out there. It's all the committees. It's all the volunteers. I love this village and my time spent on this board. So I wish the new board members well in the hope that they will continue our success as our country faces an uncertain future. To close, I have a quote from a famous Greek. No, it's not me. It's not me. It's Pericles, and it makes a lot of sense when I read it. And I'll leave you with this. What you leave behind is not what is engraved in stone monuments, but what is woven into the lives of others, all of you in the village of Lamont. Thank you for allowing me to serve you all.
Next, I need a motion to approve proclamation for trustee Clifford Miklos.
So moved.
So moved.
Made by everybody, second by
Oh.
everybody. Whereas on April 5th, 2005, Clifford W. Miklos was chosen by the people of Lamont to serve as their elected representative on the village board, and as a village trustee and previously held an appointment position on the Planning and Zoning Commission from 2001 to 2004, and was the chairman of the board for 2 years. And whereas for the past 12 years, Cliff Miklos has devoted a substantial amount of his personal time to becoming educated on the issues which affect the people of Vermont, preparing for and faithfully attending village board meetings, and fulfilling the duties of village trustee with honor and dedication. And whereas Cliff Miklos has served with ability and commitment to the public safety as the public safety liaison, working closely with the Lamont Police Department, Lamont Emergency Management Agency. In his role, Cliff was instrumental in overseeing the construction of the Lamont Police Facility, numerous informational technology improvements to the department, creation of the continued involvement in the annual Cops and Kids Days, and recently as the liaison to the Police Commission. He was also involved with updating of the Police Commission's bylaws. And whereas Cliff Miklos has selflessly volunteered his time and talent to public service, and has displayed great commitment and devotion to advancing the best interest of the village of Lamont and its residents. Now, therefore, I, Brian K. Reeves, Mayor of Lamont, with the concurrence of the village board and the entire community, hereby express our grateful thanks to Cliff Miklos for his 15 years of committed service to the people of Lamont, and hereby commend Cliff Miklos for demonstrating outstanding citizenship and service to the community of Lamont. Congratulations.
Nope. Nope.
My fingerprints on your glass.
Okay, thank you.
And
There you go.
and I will say, 1998, we need volunteers to start updating this. It's time. If someone speaks up, obviously someone wants a role in it. I got news. Motion to approve Barb Bushman as chairman of the.
Well, first of all, my daughter just moved in a new apartment. I have a couple of these, so this is going to be a nice thing for her end table up in Milwaukee. Okay. So, 2001, George and I talked this morning, and it's hard to believe that it's been that long. My neighbor, good friend, John Piazza, asked me to be on the zoning board when he was first elected. And yeah, I said, okay, I'll do it. A couple hours a week, month, whatever. Talked to my wife, Allison. She said, yeah, go do it, you know? So 4 years go by, I'm the chair, and it's more and more time, all good. So then one night, and it was a 4th of July party over at Piazza's, and Coolis and Piazza probably had too many beers in my system, and they said, you know what? Rosendal's given up his spot because he wants to run for a township. He said, why don't you go for a trustee? I said, yeah. So I talked to Allison, my wife, and lo and behold, Allison agreed. Yeah, it'd be good for you. 1-2 nights a week, whatever, you know. So here it is, 12 years later. Allison, thank you for allowing me to do it. Thank you. Courtney and Christian, I missed some soccer games, I missed some baseball games. You know, I was getting texts from other people, so I always knew what the score was, what you guys were doing, and my heart was always there. Sometimes I wasn't focused on what was going on here, because it was a close play at the plate or whatever, and Gardner would be sending me a text, oh, he made an out or he did whatever. Guys, my thought was with you. So once again, thank you for your support. You know what? And this is for the new trustees and mayor. When I first got on board, Kwasniewski gave me one bit of advice. don't ever argue with the public in front of people, okay? I took it to word, and I never did. Guys, Rick was right. Don't do it. Always be a step ahead of you guys. So, or the public, you can call them on private, but just, it's a little bit of information. 2 weeks ago, we had a little party for Brian, and I made a comment that Brian had one goal in mind, and that was to make the Village of Lamont a better place. Well, it wasn't only Brian, it was all of us, from Jeanette, Ron, Rick, George, Brian, Charlene, Paul and Debbie, myself, and all the staff. Our goal was to make the Village of Lamont a better place. 12 years later, 4 years on zoning board, I think we succeeded, guys. I do. We hand the baton off to our newly elected trustees, mayor. You know what? You'll do better too, okay? That's our focus. You have to do better. John, as we crossed paths earlier, you said, you know where I live, I know where you live too, so, okay? You know what? I thank the public for allowing me to serve 12 years. It was fun, it was a challenge, and it was truly, I don't know what other words I can say. Thank you. Staff, Chris, you and I disagree on some of the tax things you wanted to put through, but you know what? What was it, 132nd place out of, or what was our, okay? 138. Congratulations, you did well. Chief, what can I say? Thank you for all your help, your support. Mark, Ralph, don't delete my number. I will always find you when there's an outage or a water main. I will get you, okay? Once again, for everyone, thank you very, very much. I'm sorry, one other thing.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
This is, you're,
You know
it's
what?
all you.
I've
Go.
ever heard you.
Dave Maher, if you're sitting here, you got to know where the buttons are for executive session for the tape recorder.
That'd be your job.
So I can't wait for the third one. I've heard from a famous Greek, and that's the most Trustee Miklos has said in 15 years that I've known him. So, I mean, that's, you know, we're going to save the best for last here. I need a motion to approve the proclamation for Jeanette Virgilio.
So moved.
Second.
Made by everybody, second by everybody, always will. Whereas on April 3rd, 2001, Jeanette Virgilio was chosen by the people of Lamont to serve as their elected representative on the village board as a trustee, a village trustee. And whereas prior to becoming a trustee, in 1994, Jeanette was appointed to the Illinois and Michigan Canal National Heritage Corridor Advisory Commission and appointed as their chairman from 1995 to 96. She joined various regional committees involved with the I&M Canal and Heritage Corridor and has heavily been involved with the development and expansion of the heritage quarries and recreation area. And whereas for the past 16 years as village trustee, Jeanette Virgilio has devoted a substantial, and I mean substantial, amount of her personal time to become educated on the issues which affect the people of Lamont, preparing for and faithfully attending village board meetings, and fulfilling her duties as village trustee with honor and dedication. And whereas Jeanette Virgilio continued her quest of the development of the expansion of the Heritage Quarries recreation area, served as a liaison to committees involved with the economic development and promotion of Lamont's historic downtown and the I&M Canal, and advised and assisted with countless village festivals and events, including the Quarry Cleanup, Heritage Fest, Quarrymen Challenge, the Heritage Quarry Restoration Project, and many, many more. Jeanette not only oversaw a project, she rolled up her sleeves and jumped right in to help in any way she could. And whereas Jeanette Virgilio has selflessly volunteered her time and talent to the public service and has displayed a great commitment and devotion to advancing the best interest of the village of Lamont and its residents. Now, therefore, I, Brian K. Reeves, Mayor of Lamont, with the concurrence of the village board and the entire community, hereby express our grateful thanks to Jeanette Virgilio for her endless years of committed service to the people of Lamont and hereby commend Jeanette Virgilio for demonstrating outstanding citizenship and service to the community of Lamont. Congratulations. Why not?
No. You know how many of these I have?
So this will be one of those Secret Santa gifts you can give away this year to somebody. So
No,
I
I'm
know-
going
I
to
know-
have
I know.
Mayor Agofsky's going to start his collection. Here you go, John. I got about 6 at home. Oh, gosh.
you probably will.
Well, you got the Greek passage, you got the comedian, which I didn't know you were, Cliff, and you're probably going to get the crier right now. It's been a long haul, and I'm going to try to keep it together. It's difficult to sum up just 16 years in just a few minutes, and I promise I'll keep it to a few minutes because I know I'm grateful that all you guys stayed here to see me off. So I'm going to focus on the most important aspect of my career at this village. I've been fortunate enough to have established a strong foundation as a volunteer in this town. I believe this volunteer quality is its backbone. It is the volunteers in this community that I want to thank first and foremost. They have dedicated their time, energy, and financial resources for improving the town they live in. Whether it be, like we'd mentioned, we just came off the Quarryman. It's kind of a, usually say it's just, we do it because we love our town. The Quarryman, Heritage Fest, car shows, Quarry Restoration, Canal Cleanup, just to name a few. With the volunteer support, it's been a pleasure and an honor to work side by side with them to serve Lamont. They have demonstrated the true meaning of community, and I'm hoping and I'm going to demand that the new board carry this torch. I also want to thank the boards past and present that I've worked with for their contribution and especially their commitment. We've all made sacrifices. They've all made sacrifices in their positions and have truly tried to make Lamont a better place to live and do business. Together we got the job done, even when the job wasn't so easy. In closing, I want to thank my family, particularly my husband, Brock. And his last name is Reinhardt, it's not Virgilio, okay? Who, by the way, has worked alongside me during all of these volunteer events. I would not have been able to dedicate the time and effort to this job if it wasn't for his support. He is the one that deserves the biggest thank you of all. And for all of our families, I want to give them a round of applause because we couldn't do it without them.
All right.
Mayor, I'm gonna break from protocol, and I'm gonna ask for a motion from the board to approve a proclamation honoring Mayor Brian K. Reeves.
So moved.
So moved.
So moved by everybody, second by everybody. I'm not gonna make you read your own proclamation, Mayor. Whereas on April 7, 2009, Brian K. Reeves was chosen by the people of Lamont to serve as their elected village president, was re-elected in April of 2013 to a second four-year term, and had previously served as village trustee from 2003 to 2009. Whereas throughout his term as village trustee, Brian K. Reeves served as the Finance Committee liaison for the village, ensuring the state of fiscal responsibility and sustainability, and fulfilling the duties of village trustee with honor and dedication. Whereas Brian K. Reeves, assuming the duties of the mayor, has provided model leadership to the village of Lamont and has greatly contributed to its vitality toward a better quality of life for our residents. During his tenure as village president, Brian K. Reeves was instrumental in overseeing significant improvements to the village's financial health and was committed to the continuing improvements to the village's infrastructure. Mayor Reeves was instrumental in leading the village out of the Great Recession, and through commitment to the financial stability of the village was instrumental in the accomplishments of numerous village initiatives while overseeing significant quality growth for the community. And whereas Mayor Brian K. Reeves has represented the Village of Lamont on and provided leadership for many boards and commissions regionally, including the Southwest Conference of Mayors, the Will County Governmental League, Northern Will County Water Agency, and was an appointed director of the Metro Commuter Rail Board, where he was instrumental in increasing rail service for the Village of Lamont and other communities along the Heritage Corridor line for the first time in over 20 years. Whereas Brian K. Reeves, having served the citizens of Lamont tirelessly for the past 14 years with intelligence, honor, pride, and endless humor, has chosen not to seek re-election and will close his term as village president on May 15th, 2017, leaving the legacy of a better community to the citizens of Lamont. Now, therefore, we, the village board, having served with him the past 8 years, along with his entire community of Lamont, hereby express our grateful thanks to Brian K. Reeves for his committed service of 16 years to the village of Lamont, and hereby declare today, May 15th, 2017, as Mayor Brian K. Reeves Day for the village of Lamont. Here, here's your proclamation, and I actually don't have a book for you. So
I have
before. But, that was signed by all the trustees, and thank you for your service. And before, I let you say a few words, I know you'll want to take a couple. I do want to, one final thing, we do have some gift baskets for that all of us chipped in for all the trustees and Mayor Brian Reeves to enjoy after today. But one other item I did not want you to leave without taking possession of. You'll notice we squeezed out a little bit of money for a brand new flag in the boardroom behind me here. And that board will stay in the boardroom with the new mayor and the new board for the next 4, 8, 12 years. But we wanted to make sure that the flag that you've pledged allegiance to through 8 years of service as Lamont's mayor, through all the meetings and time you spent in this room, went home to you in North Carolina. And we got that framed for you. Linda did a great job, but we want to make sure that Brian keeps that.
Wow, thank you. Wasn't expecting that. That's, you look back, and I've said this a few times, and the first with us cleaning the house out and going through things, you find all sorts of stuff, and you find that first note that you wrote out to give to everybody, and with his with my daughter Sarah, who was 8 at the time, Mike 6, Tyler 4, and Caitlin 2. And yesterday, my wife and I were the very proud parents of our oldest daughter, who graduated from Purdue yesterday with an engineering degree. I don't know where the past years have went. It's, we've had a lot of fun. And that's the way I've always wanted to do it, is have fun. And you got to find an element of fun in whatever we do. And, there's been hard decisions to make, and some of the easier ones, but we did it together. And, again, I think the village is in a much better place than when we found it. Not that it was in a bad spot, but I think it's in a great spot today. As Cliff has made a comment, Jeanette and Paul, that there's great groundwork to be able to take the village to the next step. And I know the next leadership will be able to do that and do it with style and grace. And I couldn't have done it without my wife, Sherry. She showed me being a lifelong resident of Lamont, don't get me thrown out of town. That's number one. Got close. And you've always been there, and she showed me what volunteering was in town, even though having 4 kids, being all the things that she did being on the AYSO board, parish council, started the children's eulogy at St. Al's, was on, all the different things that you did. And it didn't hurt having a lifelong resident of Lamont on the note board when it come to try to run in town. That kind of helps a little bit. And I couldn't have done it without you. And I am so looking forward to our next phase of life. You are my best friend. I love you so much. Thank you for being there for me through thick and thin. To my 4 kids, there's been a lot of games and events that I've missed. I was just telling George, I did a little bit of math when I was sitting in there and tallying up some of the dates, and I know that I didn't get them all, and I just put an average of 2 hours per meeting. I know that they'll even out somewhere, but over the last 14 years, it's close to 2,700 hours of meeting time that I was away from you guys. And there's some of those days I'll never get back, and some of those memories. But as Trustee Miklos has said, you've always been in my heart. I love you so much. I'm so proud of you. It's very hard to be the mayor's children. And you guys did it with style and grace, and I'm very proud of you. Thank you, guys. And we are running a little bit late, so in the essence of this, we want to get moving on. Is there anybody that has any audience participation that would like to say anything before we keep going? Mr. Ballard. No, legally, Tom, I got to give you 3.
Gotta give you 3.
I just want to thank the village board for all the support for the Lamont Emergency Management. We've been up and down over the years. Last 12 years, we've lost 6 cars. Got them basically all back now. And I mean, everything you guys done for us has been a big support to us. And thank you very much. Good luck, Deb, Paul, Cliff, and you guys.
We didn't get a proclamation to Deb. That's
Anyway,
You're not getting the truck.
I got your card stuff.
I got some applications.
I thought we have a basket then too.
with a blue light. You can get a blue light on your car.
Thank you very much, and also thank you for nominating me as the senior citizen of the year. That was very touching, and still can't believe it that you guys did that. But thank you very much. It was very honored. Thank you.
Well deserved, Tom. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Mr. Gofsky.
Three minutes.
Only outgoing.
Speaking of that, Johnny Gofsky, 1339. Don't want to get thrown out of here. Being that I'm a numbers guy, if my math is correct, I counted 58 years between all 4 of you. Jeanette, Brian, Cliff, Paul. If my math's right again, I'm going to be like 110 years old to catch it. But bottom line is I personally want to thank each of you for all the hard work and dedication. It is truly, a thankless job at some points, but as you mentioned, Brian, it truly is very rewarding, and I absolutely look forward to that same experience. But again, I wish everyone the best. There's never a good goodbye, Brian. I got your new phone number, so I will be in touch with you. So, again, thanks everyone for all that you've done for the village. Appreciate it.
Thank you, John. So it's kind of funny, you go to North Carolina and, we had Scott Darling here. Scott Darling, new goalie for the Charlotte Hurricane, or the Carolina Hurricanes. Already talked to his dad. I got tickets, yep. The Charlotte Knights, which is the AAA baseball team, feeder team for the White Sox. The kid that just came up came out of Charlotte. Frank Kaminsky, the center for the basketball team, went to Bennett High School, graduated from Wisconsin. So, as much as you try to, go into the next chapter, there's always something there to remind you. But with that, we need to get moving on to the next phase of this. So, did you have anything under your correspondence?
don't,
Okay.
for this
So for the clerk's report, the correspondence we don't. Since Kevin, I know being here new for Tressler, you have nothing to say because I'm not going to let you say anything. So that's it. I'll let you know that. Village administrator's report.
I'll have a quick report for you, Mr. Mayor. And I
3 minutes.
I'll be very brief, but I do want to thank the board as a whole and individually, the outgoing board members and the mayor for, on behalf of not only myself, but previous and current staff members. There's a lot of us who've retired over the years, and the village administrators, Ben, Gary, and talking to those guys. And at the end of the day, how we get everything done around here in a very hostile environment with the state of Illinois and sometimes Cook County, we do it as a team. And I think, board and staff relationships is absolutely crucial in anything we're trying to get done. So you guys are an outstanding board, and you're great because you know what a board member should do, and you know the role of a board member, being the caretaker of the town through thick and thin, making quality decisions for the present and the future. And we've been through a lot with the board, through goal-setting sessions, through budget meetings, and I can tell the community at large, they need to understand that this board and every decision that they've made, whether it be a $22 million budget or a capital project, or even battling it out over a corner side yard fence for 3 hours at a committee of the whole meeting. Every meeting, all the time you guys put into it, you guys put your focus on what's best for the town and for now and the future. We've set some great foundation. The mayor's talked about the credit rating, which is outstanding, the fund balances, the policies. We've approved a new comp plan, new development codes, and don't forget, you guys have overseen significant growth in the community, which you should be proud of. We're a very attractive community for growth, and you guys have made sure through careful analysis of every development that's come through that it's not affecting our existing residents. And that's important to find that balance between new development, new growth, and taking care of our existing residents. So you guys should all be commended. I also want to thank you for the time you guys put in. And I know it's a thankless job for you guys. You guys don't do it for the money. Guess we'll all laugh. But if we ever needed you at a meeting, at a staff meeting, or if we needed you for a council of government meeting, which can go 3 or 4 hours, which I know Mayor was always very willing to go to, which could be very exciting at times. You guys were always there to step up, whether it be a small issue with a resident or a larger regional issue in the region. So you guys, I just want to thank you guys from the bottom of my heart, and on behalf of all staff, you've been great to work with, and going forward, the new trustees and the new mayor have some big shoes to fill, not only individually, but how you guys worked as a team, and that's how we get things done. And new leaders will emerge, and they will develop, and they will do better than even you guys did, because that's what we all want going forward. So I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. You're not going anywhere. I know where to find all of you. Got all your numbers. Don't change them on me. But congratulations, and thank you. Thanks, guys.
All right. There was nothing under board reports, staff reports. With everybody here, as I'm smelling the last tip of the month, Chief Mayton. No, I didn't cut you. Cut you. You're right here.
No, you already mentioned the Mayor's Motorcycle Awareness Month. Just real quick on that, the vast majority of all fatal motorcycle crashes, the other driver's fault. So if you can, please start seeing motorcycles, especially when you are changing lanes or making a turn. Take that extra second to be aware of the motorcycles, because even a minor collision can be fatal to a motorcycle driver.
Thank you, Chief. Any unfinished business? Any new business? All right, with that, before I ask to adjourn, I will say that I want to leave, before we do this next, and I apologize, Congressman, for the delay. I did get something for the new trustees and mayor to help out. Politics for Dummies. So, McClafferty, I got yours with pictures, so don't worry about it, okay? Okay, your copy will be up here, whatever side you're going to be on. I got you pictures of that. Here's my receipt, George, if you could pay me before the end of the night on that. I'd like that. To staff, you guys have been amazing. You've had my back any and every time I needed it. Didn't matter if the power went out, the streets are flooding, somebody's hurt, whatever. You guys are on the phone with me, keep me involved, keep me up to date what's going on. It's been an interesting ride. You know, when the refinery catches fire, it says Lamont Refinery on it. I don't care if it's in Romeoville. CNN's calling the house. Sherry's like, CNN's calling. I'm like, answer it. I don't care. I mean, it's an interesting dichotomy we have here in Lamont. You know, we have 7 people from the high school just under our tenure right now that are either have been drafted or are playing for national football teams right now. Basketball, baseball, musicians. We have Nobel Peace Prize winners in Lamont. I mean, it is amazing the cross-section of individuals that we have in this town. And they make up a great, great community. And if you need something, I know they're always there for it. So to all of you, thank you. Best of luck to everybody. Please stick around. We're going to go right into swearing in the new mayor. I know it would make him feel well if everybody could stay for him and the new trustees. And swearing in our wonderful clerk for her next tenure as we go forward. So with that, I need a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Motion. I'm out. Or don't stay. Or don't stay. and it was always one of those things, if you needed something, please, Mayor, reach out. And it was an honor when Congressman, says that. It's always kind of impressive when the phone comes up, Washington, D.C., it's, Coffin, D.C. But he has been there for Lamont. He's not a partisan guy. He's there for us as citizens of Lamont. And I want to thank you, Dan, again, for all that you've done for us. I know your continued support of this town and the people that you represent, I know you will continue to do, and you will do with honor and grace. And I thank you, sir, and I give you the podium for the last time.
Whoa. And I'll make sure the microphone stays up. Yep. All right. I thank Brian for all that he's done, and especially in all the outgoing trustees. I'm sitting here and listening to talk, especially about families, and Brian talked about how tough it is to be the kid of the mayor, and it always brings me back to when I was growing up and my father was alderman. The toughest jobs are, I think, the ones where you are closest, you have a smaller number of constituents, because everybody knows where you live, and they expect you to solve every single problem, no matter what it is. And so I really came to appreciate that, so I know how much work that it takes and what the demands are to be mayor, to be trustee, and for the families, what the families go through. So thank you, Brian, for all the work that you have done. Wish you the best. You moved down to North Carolina. And to all the outgoing trustees, thank you for the work that you've done. And I want to thank all those, the new mayor, the new trustees, the continuing clerk, for being willing to give the time to the village and really need you to step up, because it's the most important thing that people do is to take care of their community. So, with that, I will try to follow my instructions. And so, first is I guess I start with the village president. He's top on the list, John Nagowski. He'll come forward. All right, now, okay, please raise your right hand. And repeat after me. I, John Nagowski, having been appointed as village president.
I, John Nagowski, having been appointed as village president.
I should have read this before. In the village of Lamont, counties of Cook, Will, and DuPage, Illinois.
In the village of Lamont, Cook, Will, and DuPage, Illinois.
Do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States.
Do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States
And the Constitution of the State of Illinois.
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois.
And I will faithfully discharge the duties of said office.
And I will faithfully discharge the duties of said office
According to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Congratulations. Okay, next, our village clerk. Now, Charlene could probably just recite this. So I don't need me to go through this, but congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
So we'll begin. Hopefully I'll be a little more brief this time. I, Charlene Smolin, have been appointed village clerk.
I, Charlene Smallman, having been elected village clerk
in the village of Lamont, county of Cook, Will, and DuPage, Illinois.
in the village of Vermont, Christ, Cookville, and DuPage, Illinois.
Do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States
Solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois.
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of said office
I will faithfully discharge the duties of said office
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Congratulations. Next is Ryan Kwasniewski. Not you, really old. Raise your right hand, you got that? I, Ryan Kwasniewski, having been appointed as a village trustee, I, Ryan Kwasniewski, village trustee, in the village of Lamont, county of Cook, Will, and DuPage, Illinois. Village of Lamont, county of Cook, Will, and DuPage. Do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States. Do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States. And the Constitution of the State of Illinois. The Constitution of the State of Illinois. And I will faithfully discharge the duties of said office. And I will faithfully discharge the duties of this office. According to the best of my ability. According to the best of my ability. Congratulations. Next up, David Mopper. Raise your right hand. I, David Mopper, having been appointed as village trustee. I, David Mopper. In the village of Lamont, county of Cook, Will, and DuPage, Illinois. Solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States
Do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and I will faithfully discharge the duties of said office
and I will faithfully discharge the duties of said office
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Congratulations. Finally, Kenneth Lafferty. Okay, raise your right hand. I, Kenneth Lafferty, boy, I know there's a word missing here. I actually tripped over it. I, Kenneth Lafferty, having been appointed as the village trustee in the village of Lamont, county of Cook, Will, and DuPage, Illinois. Do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States
Do solemnly swear that I support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois.
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of said office.
I will faithfully
Discharge
discharge
the
the duties of said office
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Eric, you need to do the chair to raise up on the right-hand side.
Thanks, Brian. All right, it's baseball season, so in honor of that, let's play two today. So I'd like to call the second half of the May 15th, 2017 Village Board meeting to order. Would we all please stand, and I will have Dave Maher lead us in our Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
can we please have a roll call?
Okay. This wasn't written down, I don't know. Okay, Blatzer,
Here.
Kwasniewski,
Here.
Maher,
Here.
McCafferty,
Here.
Stigowski,
Here.
and Stapleton.
Here.
Okay. Next up, the mayor's report. I promise you this will be the longest I ever talk at one time during one of these meetings, and I believe I got it down to 5 minutes. But seriously, I would like to take this time to share some ideas on a few specific areas of opportunity that many residents I've had the opportunity to discuss and to share their thoughts with me over the past several months. But first off, let me first say I'm humbled and at the same time very much energized to serve as the new mayor of Lamont. I look forward to working with all 6 members of the new board. Each member on this board brings both a unique skill set as well as a perspective that will be very helpful in addressing the needs and the issues of this village. And together we look forward to serving, meeting, and hopefully exceeding the expectations of our residents. We are all here to serve you. Our goal as village leaders is to provide in an environment with the best possible services in the most economical and efficient manner as possible. By providing such a robust environment, ultimately as a result, all home and property values will increase in value. As many of you have shared with me, our biggest area of opportunity as a village is to address our economic development, our empty storefront buildings, and to grow our business base. To do this, we will need to reallocate resources, our limited resources, and to address this issue from many different angles. Over the past several months, I have shared a 10-point plan with many of you, and I now look forward to getting the board's input, the staff's input, and the residents' input on this plan. And again, I look forward to working with each of you on this. First off, all Village Hall staff and elected officials will proactively partner with the business community. Second, we will allocate dedicated resources to business and planning and development, including the hiring of a community development director, which is currently being pursued right now. 3, we will support and assist creating newly formed merchant committees. 4th, we will try and stop the leakage and increase overall marketing efforts to encourage village commerce. And the goal obviously is to keep Lamont business in Lamont. Number 5, we want to create a new business recruitment and new business mentoring program. We're going to have to do the research and find out what businesses are lacking or what businesses we are missing here in Lamont. Number 6, we want to strategically plan and support new businesses and/or activities that utilize our location and unique natural assets to create Lamont as a destination place. Number 7, partner with landlords and building owners. We will need to work with building owners to better understand their long-term plans, their rental rates, along with assisting them with potential new tenants. We'll assist them in creating multi-use commercial and residential buildings to be more competitive from a property tax standpoint. Number 8, we want to streamline our business build-outs. What hurdles can we lower or eliminate? We want to have staff meetings with builders and better understand the potential obstacles on both sides. Number 9, we want to streamline new home permitting, including all housing and remodel permitting. Increased infrastructure in Lamont will increase everyone's property values. In addition, strategic housing growth will help support our economic commerce. Number 10, we want to prioritize our TIFs, our future TIF opportunities, and based on our return on investment of those. And we want to review opportunities for new business grants and tax incentives. So again, this is the initial 10-point plan. I look forward to feedback from everyone, the staff, the board, and residents alike. And again, this is something I want to make sure, this is not something long-term that we want to accomplish out there. We want to start on this immediately. I look forward to getting up and running. I've been working with George and his staff over the last 3 weeks. Staff has been awesome. I really look forward to spending more time with each and every one of you, and so far, so good. So again, I'm very much excited to talk about this plan. And again, this is a draft. This is not my plan. This is going to be Lamont's plan, when it's all said and done. The bottom line is, though, we need to streamline and be efficient as possible to make it as easy as possible to do business in Lamont. And of course, we need to do this at the same time while maintaining the proper standards and code. One of Lamont's greatest strengths is our charm as a small town that is geographically isolated due to the tollway, the waterway, and the forest preserve. In addition, we are located on the border in Cook County, where there is significant trade-off in property taxes at the expense of increased commercial taxes as compared to our neighboring counties. Again, in order to support our businesses, we will want to make sure we keep the business in Lamont. Along with business development, other opportunities of focus will be resolving our current legal lawsuits and annexation disputes. Again, I look forward to working with the board, the staff, and all of the residents and getting input from everyone to work together in the future. With that being said, we're going to open it up for public involvement. So please, if there are any individuals, residents that want to step up, please feel free. Any volunteers? I hear you. It's time to move on, right? Oh, here we go. Excellent. Oh, no, go to the mic. Absolutely. It's your stage.
I just want to welcome all the new people we have on board here, and I hope we have a beautiful, beautiful outcome with all of this. And thank you for your time and all your energy. Good luck. Let's go.
Thank you. Anyone else? Ralph? All right. Okay, well, it's getting late, so we'll move on to the clerk's report. Clerk Smolin.
Thank you. Let's see. First of all, I have certificates for all of the, these are from Cook County. This is certifying that you were duly elected, not appointed as you were sworn in, I think.
Okay.
And, oh, here's mine. Okay, we don't need to pass that one down. That goes down this way to Kenneth. And Ryan and Dave. Okay. You can, these are suitable for framing. I like to do that.
Excellent.
The next item I have is our regular calendar. Now, to reiterate for those of who have been on the board for quite some time, and for the new people, this is the, I think you were given a copy of this?
Would have been included, I believe, in the package.
It should have been included in your packet. Okay. The only days we do not meet on the second and fourth Monday nights are if they fall on a holiday, like we probably won't make it on the 25th of December. And Memorial Day, no. So anyway, just things like that. Once in a while, once every 7 years or something like that, it falls on November 11th, so we don't, but not this year, so we got a meeting then. Anyway, so you will see, to keep this for the year because this has all the times that you will be expected to be done. These are the regular corporate board meetings. Oftentimes, there's a need for a special meeting. Something comes up and we have to have a meeting before the next one was to occur according to the calendar. This has to be done in May of each year, and it goes to the newspaper, so they will know when to advertise. So if there is a change, we have to publicize that if there would be. Again, these are the regularly scheduled board meetings. And there may be a time we need a special meeting. And otherwise, this is it. So I think we need a motion.
Need a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Debbie Blatzer, seconded by Rick Snagowski. Any questions? Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say no. Motion approved.
Okay, the next item I have would be Resolution R-26-17, and this is approving a legal services agreement with Tressler LLP and appointing Tressler LLP as our village counsel. We need a motion for this, too.
Need a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Made by trustee Stapleton, seconded by trustee Blatzer. George?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. With recent turnover in staff and reorganization, the village is in need of outside legal counsel for corporate and other legal-related services. Staff recommends engaging Tressler LLP for a retainer agreement similar to what we've had in the past to meet our short-term to medium-term needs. The agreement contains a reduced monthly retainer from where we were paying previously with a consistent rate on litigation and other projects that are outside of the retainer. I've been meeting with Mayor Gofsky over the last couple of weeks. I think this is a good strategy to take in the short term, and over the next couple of months, we will bring options to the board for long-term legal services need. But for now, to engage Tressler, and the agreement will be, if approved today, will be retroactive to May 1st. And we'll move forward with Tressler for our litigation, but also our corporate services need, corporate legal services and the needs related to legal services. So if any questions, you can, I'm here to answer them, but pretty simple agreement, and we will bring options in the future to the board for consideration.
Okay, thank you, George. Any questions, comments by the board? Okay, roll call.
Blatzer?
Yes.
Kwasniewski?
Yes.
Maher?
Yes.
McCafferty?
Yes.
Snagowski?
Yes.
Stapleton?
Yes.
Okay, motion approved.
That's all I have this evening, Mr.
Okay,
Mayor.
thank you, Clerk Smolin. Next up on the agenda, do we have anything for our village attorney report? No report. Okay. Village administrator report.
Yeah, a
George.
couple quick items. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I wanted to thank everyone who participated in our events for the last couple weeks. We had our Heritage Quarry Recreation Restoration Day on April 29th and had a great turnout again despite the weather that we had. And we're hopeful to continue that program with Citgo moving forward in Lamont High School as well. We also had our Quarryman Challenge. I thought Jeanette maybe would mention it today, but with everything else going on, we had about 690 runners this year, which is around what we had last year, which is a good number to hold at. We had more attendees in our 10K or our 10 mile versus the 5K, and that's gone up a little bit over the last couple of years. So great day, great weather, and we want to thank all the volunteers, all the agencies, organizations that worked it, and congratulations to Chief Mayton for finishing and beating his time. So, but great events the last couple weeks. Thank you very much for attending. Coming up, I just wanted to make everyone aware there's 2 event series sponsored by the Lamont Chamber of Commerce that are coming up. The car show series will continue on Wednesdays in our downtown, starting June 7th, and a new event that we've changed a little bit. We've had our farmers market in the downtown over the years on Tuesday mornings. That is being shifted to Tuesday afternoons from 4 to 7. The Lamont Chamber is putting that on, actually out by the tollway by the Lamont Township property. So please attend those events. You can find more information on the village website. I just want to mention too that our vehicle stickers are going on sale on June 1st. Correct, Chris? And they will go on sale for a 2-month period. You can stop by finance. You can, during normal business hours. We are also open on during June through August. We will be open late on Monday evenings if you can't make it during regular business hours. So please stop by and call finance if you have any questions. Lastly, just want to make mention that there are 3 openings on our Planning and Zoning Commission. Dave and Ryan recently were on the commission before being elected as trustees. So if you want to get involved, it's a great board, great commission to get involved with. You guys get the opportunity to see development before it comes to the village board and comment on it and make sure it fits with our comprehensive plan, our development codes. You're able to review it before the village board does and weigh in on those developments. So 3 positions that are open on that commission. We need to get them filled probably by, I would think, July for the July meeting or June, even June meeting. So please send in your applications. You can find them on the village website, and the mayor and I will be meeting with people who are interested in the coming weeks to fill those commissions. If that commission does not interest you, there are other commissions you can get involved in. Please submit your application, go online, or you can contact my office, and I will go through other opportunities to get involved. So that's all I have for you today, Mr. Mayor.
Great.
Thank you.
Thanks, George. All right, moving on. Board reports. Are we good with the, we good? All
I
right.
forgot to pass the form. There we go.
All right.
No report.
No board reports, staff reports. We're all good there. Okay. Any unfinished or new business? The only thing I have to add is, again, I thank you for everyone coming out tonight. And right after this, feel free, please join everyone at La Dolce, 2nd floor, for a little bite to eat, maybe a refreshment, and to share some time with each other. So please, everyone is welcome. With that being said, no executive session. I need a motion to adjourn.
So moved?
Second.
Okay, motion by trustee Blatzer, seconded by trustee Snagowski. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion approves. We are adjourned.